Well, greetings, September 3rd, 2021. I'll be doing a video here in the next couple of days in regards to our nukes that we've been following, the 3 colonies. It has been crazy busy, and there's really nothing you need to be doing with your bees right now except treating for mites, or if you have and you've achieved an acceptable threshold, which is at least a minimum, if not less, or maximum rather, of 1 mite per 100 bees, doing an alcohol test. If you've achieved that or under, then you're looking in good shape to go into winter. Pollen sub is optional. We are very aggressive with pollen sub this time of the year because we want strong bees, big colonies, going into winter so that they look good in January when we start ramping them up for almond pollination. Anyways, the main thrust of this video is to cover Principle 3, 9 principles for business success. It was an article that the American Bee Journal published that I had the privilege to write. They published it last month in August. And as I've said in the article, and as I'll say on these, success in life and business, well, hang on. What you may deem as success, especially financially or whatever else, may not always work out. Life is inherently unfair, and if you remember, that was principle 1. But, life happens. But I can guarantee that if you follow these principles and make it a discipline, sorry, it's hot, which is awesome, it is going to increase the probability of business success, personal success. But overall, and probably the most valuable thing, is it's going to make you a better person. And that really needs to, I think, at the core of any of our definitions of success, that is probably one of the most important things for us to clarify, is that, like for me, the definition of success is, am I better than I was yesterday? I mean, I'm type A, I'm very driven. I don't need to beat myself up of setting some massively high standard. I'm already inclined towards that. But anyways, I'm getting off to the third principle is simply this. It's about choosing a mentor. And there's 3 points to that. The first point is you want to make sure that when you're choosing a mentor for beekeeping or really anything in life, you're choosing a person who is already at the level that you want to achieve. Secondly, make sure that you encourage that person, and make sure that this is just a trait, a character trait of them, that they are candid with you. Honesty and candidness hurts sometimes, especially our egos or our feelings. But there can be great wealth that lies in that. There's a gentleman that I don't know if he even knows that he's a mentor to me within the beekeeping community. And he is ruthless. If I'm doing something stupid, he will tell me. And do I like that? Of course, it doesn't feel good. But I've learned to really, really appreciate it because he has a track record of being right and giving me incredibly valuable input. So make sure you encourage whoever you choose or ask to be a mentor, encourage them to be candid with you. And lastly, do not fear asking stupid questions. It's one of those amazing dynamics that even though it's a shared paranoia that people have, well, if I ask this question, I'll appear ignorant or stupid. It's such a common fear, and yet each one of us has oftentimes isolated ourselves to the point of believing that we're probably the only one who feels that way. But that is a normal human fear, or whatever you want to call it, and just push through that fear and ask what you may deem as stupid questions, because I guarantee you, probably there's a bunch of people around you that just don't have the courage or the gonads. Whoops, I didn't mean to say that. Chutzpah chutzpah to actually come out and ask the questions. So just ask it. To circle back to the original, some of you may wonder, how do you find a mentor? And what I would do is just look around you. If you're a part of a beekeeping club, maybe an article that you come across in a beekeeping journal, newsletter, a website, a blog, a vlog, reach out to the person, and depending on how advanced they are in business, one thing, my wife and I are incredibly fortunate with all the different businesses that we're involved in. But one thing I've noticed is that our time, inherently, as we're involved in more and more business, have more and more responsibility, our time is more and more valuable. And so just be aware of that when you approach people who may be very busy, that you communicate to them very clearly that you value their time. There was a couple of business mentors that I approached that were well advanced beyond where I was at. And I approached them and told them, I said, if you have a charity or something, I would be more than happy to donate $300, $400 for 20 minutes of your time, for a phone call. Make it succinct, make it clear what you're asking time-wise, and, offer a monetary award to a charity or something that they hold dear. It's just a way of showing respect for their time. So anyways, hopefully that's helpful, and we'll do a actual video here in the very near future where there's actually bees in it. I've been so fortunate to bring on a gentleman who's been taking care of the field management of the bees for me, and so I've kind of actually been more in office work and stuff like that. But anyways, take care. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. We'll talk to you later.